Another beautiful lake ahead. This scenery is just epic. It looks like something out of Jurassic Park. Cows on the road. Let's see what this road is about. My guess is that this is going to take us sort of through the foothills and up into the mountains. And I think there is a lake over to the left hand side of us. And I think looking at the map, we're probably going to climb up above it. We'll have a view over it. It's difficult to tell from Google Maps, and I haven't got a paper map with me to see the contours properly. I suppose I could have just switched on terrain view, couldn't I? Google Maps. What an idiot. Oh well. It's always nice to ride alongside a river, although I can't actually see it at the moment. What I can see is making me quite happy though. Look at these mountains. The air hasn't cooled yet. It's still boiling hot. It's an absolutely huge peak over there. It's a good place to come and see birds of prey, that's for sure. All the way today and yesterday actually, once we got into Spain, I'm pretty sure they're eagles, and they're big. I reckon there might be one over there. A couple of them soaring. And there's some sort of kite as well. Looking at the shape of the tail, sort of triangular tail, I've seen quite a few of those hovering above the road, looking for something to swoop down and kill, I should imagine. I'm sure those are eagles because they've got the black body and the white heads. I'm not a bird nerd though, so my knowledge is somewhat limited. Cervera de Pisuerga, here we are. Stunning rock formations. Now going over the river now. Doesn't look very full. I'd imagine a week or two ago that would have been much higher with all of the rain, but also the snow melting. Sweet little Spanish town. I feel like I'm on the wrong road. This still feels like a highway. I'm sure it wasn't supposed to be like this, so I'm going to pull over in a bit, I think, just double check. This just doesn't feel right to me. We shouldn't be on big long straight roads like this. Yeah, definitely the wrong road. So we're on the CL626, we need to be on the 627. I think I might have said earlier about going past a lake. I think it's actually this place, because I never saw a lake back when I said it. Oh, this feels more like it. Hairpin Bend, Carretera de Montaña. Yes, That's what we want. Wiggly road sign. The mountain road. I'd be absolutely useless in a really hot place. Last year in the UK we had an unbelievable heat wave. It was crazy, and family and I were away enjoying a holiday up in the north of the country, and one of the days it was 40 degrees. I remember standing out on a remote hillside with just this wind blowing past me, but it was hot wind. It was like standing under a hairdryer. Absolutely crazy weather conditions that we're getting now. So random. It was just too hot that week to do anything. It kind of spoiled the holiday, I guess. This is alright though. I can cope with the heat today. It's quite humid. I found humidity makes a big difference to your ability to cope with heat and cold. In areas that are more humid, you feel the temperature much more. Cows on the road. Hello cows, nice to see you. Aren't they lovely? I love cows, they're such gentle creatures. I love the way there's an electric fence all the way along the road here, which is obviously no good whatsoever at keeping the cows in. Gonna keep the speed down for a bit just in case we get some more. Another kite up there. This is a glorious road. Great example of a Spanish mountain road. It was just me and Dad on it. I haven't really seen anybody else. I guess at the weekends and on holidays you get a lot of bikers on this road. Oh, there's somebody. I'd imagine the locals would tend to use the faster route. That's fine by me. Temperature isn't dropping much. We've been climbing for a while and it's still 25 degrees. I'm kind of hoping that we'll find a nice little roadside cafe at some point serving cold beverages. Well, I just had a little rest there at the peak of the mountain. Some nice views. Took some photos which I'll put up now. There was a tourist information board showing the name of that peak up ahead. I think it's Espaghetti, probably got that wrong. It's just shy of 2,500 meters, which is pretty tall. Well, that will probably be the last stop of the day, because well, we'll see how we get on. We've got an hour and 20 minutes to our accommodation. I guess we might stop at the dam at Riaño, have a look at that. Seem to have dropped the speed limits in Spain down to 40 as you go through little villages. Certainly is in this area. It's about 25 miles an hour. It's basically one house on the main road. I can see plenty of muck on the road, and there indeed is a warning sign for cattle. So you just need to take it easy. Got this big lake here on the left hand side, and you might notice there are some trees sticking up out of the water, so I'm guessing it's a bit higher than it normally is. I wonder if that's the snow melt. You can see on the far bank there's trees sticking up out of the water. Definitely seems like the water level is higher than it normally is, let's put it that way. Been looking at this lake and looking at the road on the other side of the lake, and I've just got a glimpse on our sat nav that we are in fact going to go all the way around the lake, which is quite nice. And it looked like there was a dam at the far corner, so maybe just pause and have a quick look at that when we get there. Well, nowhere really to stop to look at this dam, but that's it's quite impressive. Quite tall, quite old looking as well. Lots of cracks in that dam. Thinking it wouldn't be much of a winner if it blew. I think that at every dam we go to. Another beautiful lake ahead. Oh, this is just wonderful. That far into the tour as well that I just feel chilled out. It takes a few days to get into it, so when you only do a short tour, you never quite get into that groove. I can't think of a better way to put it, but just feeling at home on the road at the moment. I don't feel in a rush to get anywhere. And that's what motorcycling should be all about, you know, just enjoying the journey. Guessing this little town relies on tourism. Reasonable size hotel there, not much else going on. Feels like you're a long way from anywhere here. Great place to come if you just want to get away from it and enjoy some time in nature. Oh, lovely little place. There's a smell of burning wood as we're coming through here. Like someone's got a log fire going. Surely not. It's 24 degrees even up here in the mountains. Something else I'm surprised about is that there doesn't seem to be any boating going on the lake. No piers or little jetties, no rowing boats, no sailboats, nothing. But they're substantial lakes. You can have a lot of fun in a boat on a big lake like that. Right, let's go see if we can take a closer look. Yeah, blocked off at this end by that van. Obviously don't want people riding down there. Oh, water shooting out down the bottom. I'm guessing there is a turbine in there, maybe generating some electricity. I think our guy was maybe answering the call of nature. Well, it's an interesting dam to have a look at. Back on the road again now. We're only about 40 minutes from our destination. This place we're going to, it's run by a Russian couple. I think I've said this before on the journey. Last time we got there, they welcomed us with some nourishment, cold beer as I remember, and some snacks before we even got into the room. Real hospitality. Nonetheless, try and find somewhere to stop if we can for a drink. So we've got a bit of time on our hands, but I haven't seen much that's been open along this route. I should imagine we might find something here in Villa del Rio Carrion. And if not here, then in the next town. There's a bar that's open. There we go, very nice. Bit of refreshment. A little beer. Very reasonably priced. I think it was €1.50 each for a little glass. My dad likes to collect glasses from various places we visit, so he asked the lady at the bar if he could buy the glass, and she said no. And then she gave him one. How kind is that? So he's got a souvenir glass. As long as we can get it home without breaking it. I suggested stuffing it with socks, but might make the beer taste a bit funny. So this puts us at arriving in, what have we got? Still got 40 minutes. Heading to Riaño. As I remember, this is actually I don't think I've been on this road. I'm sure it's going to be good, just like the other roads into Riaño. Last time when we came here, we were coming from the south. We rode up from the south of Spain via Portugal, came in that way, and it was very nice. Then when we left the following day to get down to Santander, that road was pretty stunning as well. So we're going to ride a bit of that on Friday. Got to figure out what to do tomorrow. Been having this conversation in the bar, but it's you look at the map and you think, oh well, we could visit such and such place, and then you actually look at how long it's going to take to get there. The distances are huge. In the UK, everything is not far away. We have a different view of distance, I think. I mean, I can recall visiting the United States and visiting friends there, and they took us out to a bar that they particularly liked, and then we went from there to a restaurant, or it might have been the other way around, restaurant and then a bar. But these two places, I think they were 50 miles apart, and it took ages to. We probably did 150 miles, and that was just an evening out, and that was deemed perfectly normal. They just have a completely different view of distance in America, and of course you would. Why wouldn't you? It's a huge country, and I suspect same in Australia, same in Europe. Britain's just tiny, so our view of distance changes. And everywhere's so crowded, you'd never find a road like this in the UK with no one on it. On a sunny day, it'd just be absolutely rammed. Caravans aplenty. This scenery is just epic. It looks like something out of Jurassic Park. These sort of grassy foothills, and then the very steep rocky cliffs coming out the top of it. And the lake. Half expecting a T-Rex to kind of romp out of the hedge at any point. It's phenomenal, it really is. I have noticed a couple of boats down on this lake. Sensible people. What a great way to spend a sunny evening. Gonna have to stop, I think, just to have a look. Wow, absolutely beautiful lake, beautiful scenery, sounds of birds singing, insects chirping, very nice. And I noticed down by the side of the lake there's some allotments, and there was a chap working on his, so they're obviously growing their own food there. So this is the little town of Riaño. Guessing we're about to cross the bridge over the lake. Gonna get crosswinds here, I should think. Always fun on a bike. Went across the Severn Bridge once on a VFR 1200F, which has a big slab of fairing on the side to catch the wind. And the crosswinds were crazy. I had the bike leant over and I was driving straight. And every time you go past a truck, you lose the side wind, and so you sit up and then you've got to lean back into the wind when you pass the truck. All fun and games. I wonder what's going on here. Anyway, batteries are pretty close to dead on the GoPros, so I'm just going to run them out now. May not get as far as our destination, but some more enjoyable roads for you. Well, that was another long, hot day in the saddle, but we're here at our accommodation and it is just as fantastic as we remembered. Our hostess is absolutely lovely. She's a fantastic cook as well, I can confirm, having had my dinner and been plied with many beers as well. We've met a lovely Irish guy here by the name of Paul, who's also busy touring this area on his lovely Ducati motorcycle. So nice to spend a bit of time with him and learn about what he was doing. And I'm actually staying in the same room that I stayed in 5 years ago. It's pretty cool. Let me give you the quick tour. So my junk's spread everywhere as per usual. Got a nice radiator and views out of the window. Actually got two of these French doors with a little kind of balcony. And I don't know if you can see past the truck. You probably can't. Let me go to the other window. Might just be able to see the river running there across the road. So we've got a TV, hanging area, bed, and yeah, there's a nice little ensuite there as well. So I've got everything I need for a comfortable stay anyway for a couple of nights. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a rest day tomorrow, although I'm sure we'll spend it motorcycling and exploring the area. But it's nice not to have a fixed destination that you've got to get to. You know, we can just do a nice loop around this area, enjoy the beautiful scenery and come back to some good food and good beer. What more do you want on a motorcycling trip? Thanks for joining me today. It's been nice to have you along for the ride and I'll see you next time. CG Rides.